It is Tuesday, December the 16th, and we'll have a regular commission meeting. If you would rise for the invocation by Pastor Greg, followed by the pledge. Let's pray.
Dear Heavenly Father, as we come here tonight, I am just reminded of all the many things we have to be thankful for. Father, I am just so thankful for these commissioners and for the mayor and for all the employees of the city of Mulberry. They have done such a great job helping us have several really exciting, fun events here in the city over the last couple of weeks. We thank you for that. We pray that you would bless each one of them. Father, we pray for their families. We lift them up to you. Father, we thank you for Rick leading our city as the city manager, and we're celebrating with his retirement coming soon, but we also pray that you would be with this commission as they seek to fill some very big shoes. We thank you for what he's done for our city. We ask that you bless him and that he would just be able to enjoy his retirement. Father, we pray for this commission tonight. We pray that you would give them guidance and wisdom on high, and we lift them up to you in prayer. Father, most importantly, we thank you for just the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And we thank you for all you do for us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Please join in the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Roll call, Madam City Clerk.
Commissioner Harrison. Here. Commissioner Versailles.
Here.
Commissioner Devine.
Present.
Commissioner McDonald. Here. Commissioner Smith.
Here.
Mayor Hatch.
Here.
City Manager Johnson.
Here.
Assistant Attorney Crawford.
Present. First on the agenda is we have 3 meeting minutes for 2 workshops and 1 regular meeting. What's your pleasure, Commissioner? Move for approval.
Second.
I've heard motion made by Commissioner Devine, seconded by 2 people, Mr. Smith and Mr. Barsati. Any additions, corrections, or anything like that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's passed. Before we go to our department reports, I want to let our chamber lady come up. She's got to sit hubby at home.
Our chamber lead, I'm the chamber lead.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lillian Robbins. I'm the executive director of the Greater Mulberry Chamber
There
of
you go.
Commerce. I'm very happy to be here, and I am updating the chamber's progress in the last month since we recorded in November. We have 3 new members: Citrus Air Conditioner, Ron Parks, and Sarah Corona. Chamber membership now stands at 142.
Wow.
Business of the Year nominations were announced at our December breakfast, and winners and award presentations will be made at the Chamber's annual dinner on February 7th. Our December breakfast was sponsored by ACT, and we were privileged to have the Mulberry High School chorus perform. A successful ribbon cutting was held for Swan City Eye Care on November 24th. That's where we stand until the new year.
Thank you, lady.
You're welcome.
Now we'll jump on down to our finance department.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, John Walker, Finance Director. I only have a couple things to report this evening. The city's external auditors were here last week, going their annual audit. Christy and I are still working on pulling stuff together to finish that process up. And I have also
serving. And then we go to John. The other John.
I don't have any pictures, but John, I can tell you very quickly already. But it's not gonna work here. This is from December 16th. And this is, we had 128 work orders and we tested 5 backflows. I don't have any pictures, just somebody took them and should pass it. But I was trying.
We could have watched pictures of your cruise. Thank you. Outreach and engagement, that sounds like Catherine. But she's up there.
Catherine Page, Studio 37. We're going to be talking about November, but I did want to take a second and congratulate Chelsea and her team and all of the hands that helped make our Christmas parade and Christmas village a smashing success, in my opinion. There were lots of comments about how great the parade was, and there were lots and lots of comments about how much they enjoyed the village. So congratulations, I know a lot of hard work. Also, thank you all for joining us. On behalf of the Employee Luncheon Committee, thank you guys for joining us for our lunch last week. We enjoyed having you guys. Yeah. All right, so going over some of the stuff that we did in November. Taryn taught herself how to do embroidery, which is impressive, but even more impressive, she decided to hold a workshop on how to teach others to embroider. So we had an intro to embroidery class. And she figured out a way to make each participant, because we have registration, their own pattern with their name on it, so they could learn to embroider and have their own little sampler with their name on it. So all year long, my Learn to Loom class, which I have on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10, if you guys ever want to come and join us, has been making hats and blankets for local nursing homes. And so we had compiled bins and bins of these things. And so we have taken them and delivered them to 6 local nursing homes, and they all were super thankful. We got some very nice pictures of some of the residents wearing their hats or their blankets and stuff. So there were like several hundred that they did and wrapped. We're continuing our Yin Yoga series in December. This was November, but in December we're doing a fun gift of self-care theme for it. So you come in your Christmas jammies if you want to, do the Yin Yoga, and then we have some Christmas cookies afterwards to congratulate ourselves on taking care of ourselves. We had screen printed tea towels. We had a large class for that. They turned out super cute. You could do Thanksgiving or Christmas. We had a super turnout for our sound bath meditation. I think we had like 26 people. That's Amy there in the middle that leads our sound bath meditations. And then immediately after our sound bath meditation, we held a community yoga class. So several people stuck around for yoga after that. We also tried a new workshop, pyography, which is wood burning. And that was surprisingly fun. We had a lot of our people come in and they were like, I didn't know about this, but I'm gonna go buy my own set. So they really enjoyed that.
I have a set.
Do you? Every early release day, we have extra credit crafts. So this month, they were Thanksgiving themed. We had a thankful tree and pine cone turkeys. And then during the Thanksgiving holiday, we had turkey time, which was dropping kids' crafts from 2:30 to 4. We had a variety of stations, so each day there were probably 5 or 6 Thanksgiving crafts that they could do. So we made turkey Oreos. It looks like he's melting a little bit, but he is a turkey Oreo. Tracing or lacing. We had handprint hot pads, tape resist painting. You name it. We had a good time. Upcoming, so this month we decided to do a workshop series called Handmade Holidays at the studio. So we focused on creating handmade crafts that are high quality enough to gift to your loved ones or keep for yourself if you want to, that's fine too. So we've had that series going on. That's going to wrap up at the end of the month. And then exciting, I know the library is celebrating Jane Austen's 250th birthday. They had an event today, but we're partnering with them this Thursday for an intro to waltzing class at the studio. So if you guys want to dip your toes into waltzing, it's free. You just have to show up. You don't have to register or anything. I have a professional dance instructor coming to give us the how-to on how to waltz. And then for New Year's Eve, so instead of New Year's Eve, we're doing Noon Year's Eve at the Civic Center. We're focused on Dog Man, so we'll have a balloon drop. I should explain, New Year's Eve is for kids, and we do a countdown and balloon drop at 12. So they don't usually stay up till midnight, and they can still have the fun of counting down and the balloon drop and the confetti and all of that stuff, but we're doing it at noon. So it is appropriate for children, but we'll have Cat Kid or Dog Man and Cat Kid activities and games and stuff. It'll be a lot of fun. So if you have a student who's into Dog Man, which they almost all are, bring them to the Civic Center on New Year's Eve.
Is there an age that's more preferable than others?
So those are graphic novels that are geared for elementary aged kids,
Okay.
or maybe like young middle schoolers if their reading level is a little lower, but really elementary aged kids, yeah. I will see you guys again until the new year, so happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah right now, Happy New Year. Thank you guys all, and let me know if you have questions.
Thank you, Jeff. And then next up is our Fraternal Order of the Police, I guess. Y'all want to come on up?
My name is Ricky. Whoa.
That's all right. That computer will hear you. That's what you see.
My name is Ricky Newman. I'm the president of the Fraternal Order of Police. I'm also the chairman of the Polk County Law Enforcement Memorial. I would like to respectfully ask the commission, Mr. Mayor, for just a moment of silence. The Fraternal Order of Police in this community has lost two absolute legends of law enforcement in a 48-hour window. Polk County Sheriff's Office retired Lieutenant Bill Watts and Lieutenant, I knew these guys very well, Deputy Chief Clarence Greer from Lakeland Police Department. They left us within a 48-hour window. Just respectfully ask just a brief moment of silence. Thank you so much. I love speaking to commissioners. There's not a hand that doesn't get shaked when I go anywhere I go. When I go to Tallahassee and speak on behalf of law enforcement, Fraternal Order of Police, when I go to DC, they go out of their way to either talk to me or get away from me. There's not a door there that doesn't have my business card. There's not anybody sitting that doesn't get to know me. And it's for a reason, because I stand for the law enforcement community. Polk County Fraternal Order of Police, we're at about 350 members right now. With our sister lodges, we're at about 700 members. Statewide, we're at 24,000 members. Nationwide, we're at 380,000 members. And that's all for support of the law enforcement community. Across the board, we are the largest organization to support law enforcement, but we're not the ones that do it. It's commissions like this. It's just the public like this. It's support of organizations like this. I have a brief story, but this hits home. I was standing at that door when this commission made the decision to contract with the Polk County Sheriff's Office. You and I had the same haircut then, sir? Yes, sir. As we do now?
Yes, sir.
And I was living on Shepherd Road at the time. Ricky says, Ricky, how many years you got till you retire? I said, 2.5, sir. He said, man, do I have a job for you? I said, what do you got for me, sir? He said, what do you think about Mulberry? I said, sounds like a Cadillac, sir. It was not a Cadillac. We had to make some changes. We did what you guys paid us to do. We came here and did it. Had to get all the officers that were honored enough to come over, get them guys trained up and go through property evidence room. And then when I was done, I said, man, well, I got 18 months left, sir. He said, man, why don't you go to the high school, work at the high school. And that's where I go with Mr. Hatch and Coach and all them. And that wasn't the Cadillac I was thinking it was going to be either. This been about 18 months. But I got Brother Rick Johnson at the Fraternal Order of Police. I'm so impressed every time I drive through the city. I remember, those of you, I'm sure you do, Frog Holler. I gave a speech about Frog Holler not long ago about Mulberry. When I got out of the Navy, the career counselor says, hey, there's this place called Farmland Hydro LP, and it's a chemical plant, and they're gonna pay you, this is in the early 90s, they're gonna pay you like $8 an hour, which is a lot of money back then. And they'll put you on the labor gang. We got you set up in a nice place over in Mulberry, and it was a single wide trailer, 2-bedroom, but didn't know a lot back then. And so I'm talking to guys at work where I lived at, and they said, man, you live in Frog Holler. I'm not sure what I signed up for there, but everybody was good to me, everybody was nice to me. But you know, you guys have worked so hard from the inside, making this place what I see now. It means a lot for somebody like me that's been on the outside, seeing the hard work pay off. What you guys have done with this city is like no place else. I remember a time, absolutely. This place is the poster child for how a city should be run, how the commission, you guys are a lot like our board, my board. This is my board. It's a lot of testosterone, a lot of egos, a lot of alphas, right? So we hug before we go into board meetings. We throw hands while we're in there. And we hug when we come out. But what we do is for the best for all the law enforcement community. Okay? So we would like to say thank you so much for supporting our endeavors. 100% all the money that we raise to our golf tournaments, to our clay shoots, all that stuff goes back in the community. Every bill that we have internally, whether it's mowing our grass, getting our floors waxed, all that stuff, that's paid through dues. That's paid through internal donations from our guys. 100% of our money goes back in the community. So thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you so much for giving us this time to speak. And we got a nice little plaque for you guys. I have a gentleman that is our historian here, Brother David Johnson. He's a picture-taking fool, and he would love to get a picture of this awesome commission. This is Brother Tim Holloman. He's a retired captain with Polk County Sheriff's Office. The best and worst thing about him is he just doesn't take no for an answer, right? So he's got that command voice, and he's always there. He's also the committee of our fundraising chair board. And then this is my second vice president, Brother Pete Carachet. He's one of those guys that's always got a hook. Everybody know that guy? You know, guys know somebody that he can always get you in. And when I need to get in somewhere, I always get with these two. And hey man, I need to talk to somebody. One of these two guys knows somebody. So with it'd be an honor if I could just get a picture with the commission, and then I won't hold you too much
You want
longer.
us down there, or?
Yes, ma'am, that would be great. You guys couldn't be much more famous with what you've done with this city, but I'll try to get you on a national stage with the Fraternal Order Police.
We want to group up where you want to get started.
There you go. How's my hair look, Dave?
I got your call, Ronnie. Anyway, you got that one line out up there.
All right.
Then
Good.
when that one light turned out.
It will turn all the
It
lights.
won't turn out.
I do have a request.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Sarge, come on. Both of
Got two
y'all,
of them.
in and out. Might as well.
Are we done or not?
They're gonna add.
Front and
they're gonna
center.
add two.
Two legends right here.
They got us surrounded.
I would like to point out that Sheriff Judd is also a member of the Fraternal Order Police.
One on each side, keep y'all in line.
I exhale now. Thank you, ladies.
By the way,
You guys.
we're not hard. You guys pay for a portion there. We're down there on Saturday.
What's going on Saturday? What's going on there?
And we'd also like to say thank you to the city residents. We thank the residents for being involved. Thank you very much.
That's Brandon Rose. Let's talk.
While we're talking police,
He already knows.
Sergeant Cortez, you wanna come up? Sergeant Wright can come up with him.
Yes, come on.
We just want a speech from you. She said, that ain't happening.
Yep.
Whoa.
So in the 3 years I've been here, you have probably not seen me publicly speak, so
Should I record this?
I did make a note. I do want to take a moment to say how grateful I am for the time I've spent serving the city of Mulberry. This community truly became a second family to me, and working alongside such dedicated city staff and the residents has become an absolute privilege. While this next chapter brings new opportunities, leaving Mulberry is not easy. The relationships, the memories, and the support I've received here will always stay with me. Thank you for your trust, the teamwork, and the kindness you've shown me throughout my time here. Mulberry will always hold a special place in my heart, and I am incredibly thankful to have been a part of this community. So with that, I want to introduce Sergeant Cortez.
Good evening. I am Jesse Cortez. I'm not a big public speaker. I'm more of a, put me on the spot, I go shut down, but I'm from Fort Meade. I'm a Fort Meade boy. I'm a Polk County through and through, man. I love my county. You know, I love Fort Meade, but no, I'm gonna be a Mulberry. So, but the week that I've been here doing these events and stuff, I've missed out a lot, you know, in my city. So y'all are so tight, man. I love it. I love that. I love the family. I love how everybody looks after each other, how y'all just hang out with each other. So that's all I'm about. I'm about a big family guy. So I have 4 kids. I've been married 20 years. You know, I have a 20-year-old, 16, 12, and a 6. So been with AC 18 years. I've been a sergeant for 3 years. You know, I came from southeast side of the county, night shift. So, you know, that's a good change for me. So far, I love it. Y'all been feeding me every time I come. So I love to eat. I'm excited. The guys, the deputies, I know some of them. So I'm a hard worker. You know, so I expect that from them too. And my family's excited. I'll be home every night. So I know I got some big shoes to fill. I mean, it's kind of nervous. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm very nervous because everybody loves her and she did a great job. So I plan on continuing that. So okay, I'm here.
Good job.
I'm here for y'all. You know, I'm a Mulberry. I don't know how you call it. I'm a Panther one. Call it, so, you know, a little bit about me. I played college ball, so I love community. I love kids. I did school resource for 8.5 years. Catholic in high school. Absolutely loved it. You know, so I'll be at the schools and hang out with kids. That's just what I do. You know, and kids is my thing. You know, I've coached many years in Fort Meade. Varsity football, varsity soccer, little league soccer, competitive soccer. That's all I did, man. That's my thing. So, but like I said, I'm here. I thank y'all for welcoming me, and y'all been doing a good job with that because I leave full every time I come. So I think
We're glad you're here.
yeah, I appreciate you. You know, y'all make me feel welcome, and it's a good feeling. I'm nervous. I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. This is it's a whole different thing from when I work out in the county, but I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank
Marlene, you got any questions for him?
No,
All right.
not yet.
But
But
before,
welcome to Mulberry.
Thanks, Sergeant. I had a request.
well, I do. I'm getting there. He's not left yet. The little birdie told me that today was a special day for you.
Oh, yes, it is. It's my birthday today.
Aww.
I showed up a little late. I switched my hours, so my wife.
That's great.
She likes to do stuff on the actual day, so we ate dinner.
I understand that.
And I am stuffed, you know. So that's why I'm a little late. I apologize, but I turned 43 today. So, you know, my kids, you know, they like to celebrate with me. Yeah, so, I don't know, my knees on so.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
All right, now we can move on.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Neil, are you talking about the Ridge League here?
I sure can, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
All right. Again, I have a hard time reading my own writing. Make sure you all, I know, right? Should just type it. Make sure you all call the senators in regards to the property tax bills. There is not a companion in the Senate yet, so we want to try to circumvent that and reach out to them and tell them how getting rid of the property tax structure will have to cause cities and municipalities to readjust the way things are spent, the way money is spent. And I'm going to elaborate a little bit. As Ricky Newman was here earlier, a great amount of our property taxes in Polk County go to pay law enforcement to keep our county safe, our city safe. So just imagine what might happen if the property taxes are attacked. Don't know. When you do call your senators, ask them for other options that they may suggest to fund government at its current level with property taxes disappearing, possibly disappearing. Legislative session begins on the 13th of January. Polk Day is the 22nd of January. I plan to attend that. Got vacation time, so I'm taking it. I think I've worked it out with the boss. So that's what I've got in regards to the Ridge League of Cities. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I will say this. You said thank you, and I just got to thinking. So Bobby Green asked me Thursday if Mulberry is going to be hosting the Christmas dinner in December 2026.
No.
I said, I don't think so. We're not quite ready yet, but put us down for 2027.
That would be good.
Yes, so we're looking to do that. So we got first right of refusal, if you will.
New citizens.
Yeah. So that's my
Good, good.
Ridge presentation discussion.
Now, who's talking about the TPO? That would be Dawn.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I picked the top 3 important, well, that I felt was pretty important because it's a 2.5-hour meeting. One of the most important thing is the long-range transportation plan, which is that big packet I kind of showed you last time. That was adopted, and that's supposed to help shape how Polk County grows, moves, and connects. It's a very detailed plan. I can bring the booklet back if you'd like to see it. Construction is underway at the Central Polk Parkway. This is supposed to ease congestion and cut traveling time between Bartow and Lake Wales.
Woohoo!
And then for the future, in the year 2050, this is hard to imagine, the population for Polk County is just going to be just shy under 2 million people here in Polk County.
Wow.
So the growth is coming, it's not slowing down for sure. And that was the most important things I pulled out of that meeting.
Thank you. And then we're up on the municipal complex finance and loan extension. You talking about that, Lawson?
I can, actually, the finance director might want to talk about that.
So, Rick and I have met with the Citizens Bank lending team, and this, what we're discussing tonight is to extend
First item of formal business on the day is tonight's resolution number RES 2025-20. A resolution of the city of Mulberry, Florida, amending resolution number RES 2024-06 for the city of Mulberry, Florida, to amend the maturity date of the city's capital improvement revenue bond anticipation note series 2024 and providing an effective date.
So, what all does that do?
Sure. Yeah, the actual, okay, so the note that's currently outstanding matures on December 20th, 2025 of this year. In a few days. Yeah, I think in like 2 days. And so the, or not two, not four, but yeah. The idea would be to change the maturity date to June 20th, 2026, or extend it 6 months. And then to incorporate the $5 million of principal into whatever loan we ultimately get. That's right. That's right. So this just gives us more time to sort out the financing needs for the new hall complex.
Any questions, Commissioner? Move for approval. Thank you. Do I hear a second? Second. Motion's made by Commissioner Devine, seconded by Commissioner Smith. Anybody in the audience wish to speak to this or ask questions? Being none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? It's passed.
All right.
Then we're moving to really, on your agenda 8.2 and 8.4, they are, for lack of a better term, sister resolutions.
Companions, yes. That's right.
So we're gonna start with the 8.2 resolution, 2025-21.
And Mayor, I think just for the benefit of you and the commission, once we read 2025-21 and then proceed to read 2025-22, everybody will see how those two relate to each other. So the next item of formal business on the dais tonight is resolution number RES 2025-21, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Mulberry, Florida, amending the defined contribution retirement plan for the city manager class and department director class of Mulberry, Florida, providing for conflicting resolutions and providing an effective date.
I'm trying to find it to read it myself.
Yeah.
Page 68.
Yeah, page 68, the more, the easier explanation of it, if once folks will look at it, I think the summary prepared by the city clerk's office is excellent on this document. Also, if you wanted to look at page 69, it's an attachment to 2025-21. What this resolution does is it creates a window of opportunity for your city manager or your department directors to take what would be otherwise a vacation leave payout and a sick leave payout and put that into deferred compensation or into 401A defined benefit plan retirement. So, in other words, the vacation payout, the check that goes out for sick leave when an employee retires, if they're at the department head class or they're in the city manager class, they can choose to take that check and put it in their retirement account instead. And this gives them the opportunity to do that.
Any questions, commissioners?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, how is something mandatory if 0% is an option? Can you clarify how that is?
Sure. The payout that happens and when an employee leaves, they get paid for their bank of vacation time. Depending upon their tenure in service, they get paid for a percentage of their sick leave time that they have on file with the city. If they elect a 0% buy-in, that means that the employee gets to take all of that vacation leave and all of that sick leave as cash, which is what the normal practice has been through today.
And how come it's just for managers and department directors?
That's not a question I can answer. I apologize. That's something that you'll have to discuss with the finance team and your management team.
Is that now or later?
I have no idea. My guess, and it's typically a guess, Is it, that's because they're the ones that are salaried and earn vacation days and what is the other vacation day?
Very well could be.
Is that
Close. I would imagine it's probably what it is.
because that's the way it is with school board.
I'm not salaried, not in return vacation.
What's your pleasure, commissioners? We need, this is it's a housekeeping thing too, I promise you.
Well, I would, are we supposed to understand the full picture of this, like, financially? Is this already in the budget? Do we need,
Yes.
is it, okay, so what is?
That's an excellent question, ma'am. This is part of the vacation leave and sick leave payouts whenever an employee departs from city employment. And so I don't know right now, and I don't think your financial team would know right now whether those would be budgeted. They have to be analyzed at the time that an employee elects to leave.
One of the things I think in the, charter says that for the directors, Rick has had, the city manager has the ability to just do this for them. But, and it wasn't done for him. We need to do it for him. And for future city managers to not have to do it for the directors. So it's just in the rules.
What about the matching, this talks about matching contributions for 401K.
That's if they wanna put them in, if they wanna put money in the 401K.
But down at the bottom, it says a participant shall receive employer contribution within the year of termination regardless of time completed. So does that mean we pay when Mr. Johnson leaves, we're still paying? Or, I just wanna make sure we're okay with the budget, like, are we
Yeah.
responsible for this?
That's a wonderful question. So, your finance team should have more information about the dollar amounts. If you wanna ask those questions from your staff.
John, can you answer that?
We answer some of it.
It's part of, when we do the budget every year, we have to define the OPEB, dollars. When we present a balanced budget to you. And, that's part of what we present every year. And it's part of what the auditors look at, correct, John? I mean, that's, and so it is accounted for every year. These dollar amounts, the match is the money that's already been sent off to the Florida League of Cities retirement account. It's already gone, it's already out of the city. So this money's already gone or accounted for somewhere. It's either in our budget or it's already been sent out somewhere.
Even though it was changes made, it's in our budget?
I think a lot of this is just formalized. What had happened was there was some discussions that some of these things, there was some conflict in the personnel manual. Some of this stuff was conflicting because there's been changes made in the personnel manual over the years, and some things weren't taken out of the things, so there was some conflicting language. From what I understand, Drew, maybe you can speak to
Sure.
this. And so some things said that things could be done, and some things, they were just conflicting with one another. I don't know how else to describe it. So this is more of a housekeeping thing. So it's cleaning up some of the language in there. And it's not disallowing or allowing anything that's not already being done. It's just making it clearer.
Right.
Again, I don't know how else to describe it. Drew, maybe you
Yeah.
can describe it better than I can.
I've got two things I think will help you understand it, and then if you need more to drill down more on numbers, I know that John's got some of those, Mike can present. But one of the obligations you have under your contract with your manager is to match 401A contributions up to a certain, or excuse me, 457B contributions up to a certain percentage of his salary. And so this would allow, for example, we know Rick's retiring. If he chose to put some of his vacation money or his sick leave money in his deferred compensation account, right? Then this would still allow an employee match would happen if you're contractually obligated to make it, for example. So that's part of what that is. What I'll say to your earlier question about the budget, the charter doesn't allow Rick or John to spend money without there being a lawful appropriation from this commission. And so as long as there's enough money in the fund, we don't necessarily need to have a formal budget amendment. If for some reason there's not enough money in the fund that you've appropriated, then they'd have to come back and do a formal budget amendment to make that work. And we usually do one of those at the end of the year anyway, to mop up changes that have been made by you guys throughout the year.
Okay.
So this is the municipal version of the Florida draw.
It's our retirement program. Yeah, the league manages the retirement fund. It's a defined contribution plan, so you give X amount of dollars. It's not a defined benefit plan, which is a normal pension type. In your contract with your manager, you're required to offer him opportunity to participate in a deferred compensation account. So there's both a 401A, which is like a 401K, but it's for municipal employees, excuse me. And then there's a 457B, which is a deferred compensation, where somebody wants to pre-tax save their dollars and let them grow.
Move for approval.
I have one more question.
Just 1 second. You speak.
So-
Let me speak.
Okay.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Devine, seconded by Commissioner Ayers-Man. Now you can speak.
I just want to know if we're responsible if we're not getting, what this looks like on a side-by-side comparison of what this cost us. Like, if we're responsible for that, if we are, how can we make that decision if we see no numbers in front of us, if that's what we're doing?
If I understand this correctly, at the end of the year, finance comes with an amendment, correct?
That's correct.
And at that point in time, if there are amendments to be made, then you bring it before the commission and we vote for it.
That will happen in November of next year, after we get the fiscal year closed, like we normally do, like we just did.
Yes.
Just before Thanksgiving, where we did the budget amendment for 24-25. We didn't have to do a budget amendment for the general fund this last year because we didn't overexpend the fund.
But do you know what these numbers equal, what we're paying out?
I have a rough approximation, but I'm still doing some calculations on that. We can get that information to you.
But I mean, does it really matter at the end of the day? These people have given, in Rick's case, 13 years to the city. Bonnie, how long have you worked for the city?
I'm just asking if we have enough money. I'm not
And
questioning the
then-
service.
Well, I'm not saying you are, I'm just making the statement that they have committed to the city, let us take care of them in their retirement. Like I've committed 25 years to the Polk County School Board, and I expect that retirement when I retire in 13 years.
And I'm fine with that, I just wanna know if we can afford it.
This is money
That's budgeted.
that they're owed anyways for sick time and for vacation time.
Yes, it is.
That's what this is. So it has to be in the budget because you have them as employees.
I agree. Good point. Are we ready to vote?
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It passed. Now let's go to 8.4, our resolution 2025-22.
Thank you, Mayor. Next item of formal business tonight is resolution number RAS 2025-22, a resolution of the City of Mulberry, Florida relating to the City of Mulberry personnel rules and regulations, amending section 16 and 17 of the personnel rules and regulations, removing obsolete language, making non-substantive grammar and word choice changes, authorizing the city manager to adjust the vacation leave accumulation cap, defining the terms vacation leave payout and sick leave payout, permitting the city manager to issue vacation leave payouts and sick leave payouts in a lump sum or in installments, authorizing the conversion of part or all of a vacation leave payout or a sick leave payout to an employee contribution to the city's retirement plan, providing for conflict, severability, the administrative correction of scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
And again, this is clearing up those contradicting statements in our rules previous, that are there tonight, are there right now,
Right.
until
So
we approve this.
I can explain this one really clearly for anyone that has a question on this one. I have three that come to mind, department heads that have stepped up and run 2 departments, maybe 3 departments, in the interest of helping us to run lean. I always talk about running lean here. They've run 2 departments for many years, 3 departments for many years. That prevents us from having to hire additional department directors. They've sacrificed for a long time, not taking annual vacations. So what happens is they end up sacrificing annual vacation. Maybe they'll take a couple of days here or there, and they accumulate over the cap that's in the personnel manual. What had happened was, prior to me getting here, when the city was in a state of financial emergency, a lot of kind of draconian stopgap measures were put into place by the commission. For instance, they cut everybody's pay. There was a few things that were done. One of them was they put a cap on the amount of hours that the staff was allowed to accumulate. And when they did that, it was because they were afraid they were gonna have to pay out too much vacation time when a staff member left. Well, these directors accumulated more than this cap amount. And even though they were allowed to earn a lot more, they were not allowed to pay this, be paid this amount if they were to leave for whatever reason. And so they were sacrificing themselves for a period of time. And then upon their retirement or separation, that time they were not compensated for, and they would lose this time. So they were essentially being punished for their sacrifice, which is really horribly unfair. So, and I have probably 5 directors, maybe 6 or 7 out of my 10 or so, that are pushing right up against the edge of this cap that's in the personnel manual, and they're being forced to try to burn oddball days, take a Wednesday for a vacation day when they don't have a bunch of meetings or a bunch of projects going on. And it's just very unfair to them to have to burn these vacation days when they're not running 2 departments or 3 departments. So that's why, again, we're trying to, currently there's a thing that says that the city manager can waive these things, these limits, and yet it says they can't carry these limits, but that I can waive them. Yet when they go to leave, they can't be compensated for this time, which is really unfair.
So I'll move for approval. Motion made by Commissioner Devine, seconded by Commissioner Smith on this one. Anybody in the audience wish to speak to this one? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Mayor, we may want to revisit, just to make sure, I'm not sure that there was a public hearing on the prior resolution.
On the prior one,
On 2025, 21.
well, is there anybody who wishes to speak to either one of them? We'll go back and redo them if you do.
Okay,
There's nobody showing, so no.
very good, very good.
Then we 8.3 on the agenda is a discussion of new city manager selection process. this. I get the feeling that most of you do not want to use a professional hunt search person like Colin Benzinger that met with us at the workshop. Am I,
I didn't say that.
He said most.
I said most.
And I'll say this, Mr. Mayor, I publicly stated several times that if we've got qualified and skilled people who know the way the city of Mulberry works, why spend the money on a headhunter?
And I know your feeling, but I would like to know, and I think I know Kathy's feeling is very similar.
I'm going to say yes, and there's also another fact that I know at least 3 of us have asked our constituents what they think. And the overwhelming response has been to hire within.
And I think Coach Smith is that way, and I think Commissioner Harrisman's that way,
How
but
did
Donna.
you already know?
Just
From the meetings that we've been having publicly.
listening to them speak and talk and, in meetings that we had.
So we didn't have a discussion.
And during our workshop. So the only one I haven't, really got a feel for is you, Commissioner McDonald. So what's your feel?
I would like to,
And I don't get a vote, so if y'all are all here, it
I
doesn't
would
matter.
like to have heard from at least 2 other firms, and I would like to put it out there that we are hiring and we have a couple people qualified within the city. I would like at least both of them to interview along with others. I don't think just being familiar and to make things easy, this is a big deal coming up. We have a tax structure that's probably could come in place if we lose property tax. We need somebody financially strong with our numbers. Water issues, all kinds of things coming up that will take some experience. And nobody has walked through that water before, so
And this is
credentials would be pretty.
And if I remember correctly, through former conversations we've had in the public setting, that the city manager is willing to serve as a consultant and just to make sure the process runs smoothly.
I agree.
okay, and if I can add, this is the whole succession in having somebody from within to take the position. There's a learning curve that everybody's going to go through. If that shortens that learning curve, it's somebody who has worked with our city manager. It's somebody who knows the vendors, who knows the suppliers, who has worked with him on the city hall. She's been with the city for many years.
There's more than one that's
True,
qualified.
but she has worked with the city manager who is arguably one of the best city managers that we've seen. And also by the, reactions from many other towns around us, they would love to get a hold of him. So I would say he's arguably the best that we have. And she has his, approval, she has his trust. And I would say that asked point blank, he's going to say that she would make a good city manager. Now, that all said and done, I mean, just the idea of hiring within leads a loyalty factor with our other employees. They can know that, they have a chance for growth with our city.
Good point.
And it just stretches the loyalty, it stretches our family, basically.
All right, well, do we need to take any action on that? Mr. Lawyer?
No. No,
So
it's
we're
at your
not,
pleasure.
are we gonna interview other firms? Are we gonna?
Well, I will tell you, the only other firm that Janie and I talked to, I can't remember the guy's name, what was his name?
Yeah, I introduced y'all to,
reason I asked Mr. Benzinger to come is simply because of the timeline. The SGR timeline is about 6 months.
They also offer a service where we can advertise for a small fee of like $400 on their website that we're looking for. Not that they would handle it, but.
And I'll be honest with you, and Mr. Benzinger, if you're listening, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this. He does not have the dynamic personality that some have, but he is good at what he does. And to me, if you don't want to use him, I wouldn't use anybody. I mean, the other guy may be a little bit better speaker and presenter of what he does, but he does basically the same thing, it just takes longer.
There's also resources on the FCCMA that.
Well, he
give
has
some-
those resources, Benzinger has those resources also, don't
Well,
he? So, but it's, to me, if you're not gonna use him, we don't need to use anybody.
well,
Well, I think that ends the discussion, we'll stop there.
Well, hiring within is always gonna
Could
be.
you bring me a sign-in sheet, please?
Did we wanna take, official action on this?
And say what? Thank you.
Just to go on the record stating that we are going forward with promoting from within, or
I'd be comfortable making a motion.
I'll make the motion, I've been pushing for it.
Can I say,
I'd be comfortable
Please,
saying that.
we're gonna let our city manager speak.
this is kind of a real touchy thing, or real obvious, and I just would be inclined to say that probably should spend a little time, assuming that you're talking about Jamie, I don't know, but that you should probably entertain her as an interim city manager, see how that works, not just hire her outright as the city manager.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Manager.
But
That
I
has to
also,
be done tonight.
Okay.
yeah, I wouldn't do it until we get a little closer as well, because it's still 6 weeks away, and there's also a little bit of a asking her if that's something she's interested in as well. And I would say it would be something that probably the mayor and the attorney would be probably meeting with her to discuss salary and all that kind of stuff too. It's probably not an open forum that you discuss. I'm just going from my experience of being in the position that you guys are as a commissioner doing this before. I don't know how the attorney feels about that, if this is.
Yeah, this is really one of those things, right, that is up to the commission on how it wants to go forward.
But I mean,
You know,
if they're entertaining utilizing Janie, which is what it sounds like, then it would seem like it would be
Yeah.
a different thing in a discussion probably with you and the mayor and Janie outside of a public forum to see if this is something that she's interested in and compensation and so on and so forth.
I know, following up on my comment, normally we're instructed by the commission to negotiate contracts with whomever you choose to serve as your manager in the manager role. We've negotiated interim contracts. We've also negotiated regular contracts. And so it's an interim contract is absolutely something we can come to. We have those documents ready and can talk to whomever you'd like for us to.
I would like to say this. So most of us attended the Ridge League of Cities dinner meeting in Auburndale on last Thursday. And Auburndale just hired an interim city manager in the wake of what just happened in their city. And that person came from within.
Well, I'll add
Bobby
this as
Green's
well.
doing the search for that city.
I'll add this.
And we
as
know this
well.
for a fact?
Yes.
He is, yes.
Okay.
we know that she's going to be interim manager for, what, maybe 4 months? Look, so she's going to be in the position. Now, I think she deserves a shot to retain it. If something happens, if she decides she doesn't like the job, if, she decides that it's just not for her, or anything else is wrong, then we can step back and remove. But we know that she's going to be there for a while.
So if we're gonna end up possibly doing a search again, why don't we just take the.
But why should we start
steps?
now if we can save it?
Because you have,
Because I think she's
because
gonna
I
do
think
a
you should
fabulous
know all
job.
your options, and if she
Don't
makes it
bicker.
through that firm, then what would be the problem?
All right.
And then we
Hey,
have
stop,
Jen that's
stop,
also
stop,
qualified
stop.
too.
That's enough. We know you're against it, okay?
I'm not against that, I
Well,
just want
obviously
more
you are,
search.
and so we're gonna stop. We're moving on. I have the commission communications from the citizens, and I have Ricky Newman on here, but I think he was one of the.
He was with that.
guys
Yes.
with the police people, and, so we don't have anybody, so we're gonna move on to city commission comments. Don, I'm gonna let you go first.
I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and thank you for being here.
Jackie?
I think.
Yep.
I did have a lot of things I was going to say tonight, because some things have happened over the last couple of days, and, but I'm just not quite there yet. All I really want to say is this is the last meeting before Christmas, so have a very Merry Christmas. I look forward to, seeing the Elvis concert. I mentioned that like 4 times now. If anybody's around the library tomorrow about 3:30, Santa's going to be reading to the kids. And I'm just really thankful for all the activities that have taken place in this town. That's the difference that makes it a community as opposed to just a soulless entity. So, thank you all.
You,
Can I yield mine to the last, to the end, please?
you've got enough, go ahead.
Okay. So as I was walking from Depot 303 to the high school on Saturday, I noticed that 5th Street was edged, and that was from the Public Works Department, I'm assuming, to make it look nice and pretty for the parade. So that didn't go unnoticed. Enjoyed the Christmas parade. Attended the grand opening of the workforce education. That was a big mouthful, so I'm just going to say, at the Boys and Girls Club of Mulberry today. Where did it go? So they had 3 Christmas trees there with the Boys and Girls Club Christmas campaign. I picked a child's name. He's 6 years old. His wish list is toy cars. He wears 7 and 8, shoe size 1.5. So I'll just encourage anyone who might be inclined to adopt a Boys and Girls Club, go check it out and take a name off the tree. Ricky Newman stated earlier about how he came to Mulberry, and Mulberry was quite a mess. And we were the poster child. And if my timeline is correct, I will say that is about the time that the city hired the new city manager, correct? And I say that to say this. Rick has done a great job over the last 13 years here in Mulberry. He's built a legacy. He's built leadership from within. I'm not going to beat a dead horse because we'll probably discuss it more in depth at a future meeting. I noticed there's a Boy Scout in the room tonight. I'm going to put you on the spot. So, Are you taking notes? Come to the podium. At least tell us your name. Tristan? So, isn't it part of the Eagle, the Boy Scout manual to come and see how city government works? What's that? Okay, very, very good. And I'm going to instill something in you at a young age that I learned at an old age of, I think, 40. That government closest to the people is the best form of government. We are the people here that make community of Mulberry to what it is. You've sat there and you've heard what it was, what it is, and what it will be. So keep that in mind. Government closest to the people is the best form of government. And I am going to close and say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But I'm only going to say, Sergeant Wright, I'm going to miss you. Sergeant Cortez, welcome to Mulberry. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
If I meant to add that.
I'm finished, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Harrison?
I want to go last.
Okay.
I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. Tell you right, we can bless you. And you look good in that outfit. Enjoy the Christmas parade and the village. And I'm looking forward to this next year for our city.
Coach?
Yeah.
What you got?
Well, I think most of you all, it's the first time meeting Officer Cortez. I've been knowing him since he was in high school. The Panthers had to go against him. He was an outstanding kicker. Then he contributed to my university. He went to Bethune-Cookman.
Did he?
So, that tells you right there, he's a good guy. But on a more serious note, I just want to thank the city for a very, very nice lunch on last Friday. I really, really ate a lot. And I paid for it later. I'm gonna show you. I thank you for the city for the financial blessing that we received from the city. You might have money, but if you get some extra, you can always do a little bit more for somebody else. And ever since Rick has been here, he's always made that a big point. And
He just called you Ricky.
and I give him. He's always made sure that he gave us extra amount of money. And I thank him for that. City for that, or Rick for that, whoever, it doesn't matter. People that I had a pleasure of helping out, don't know where it came from, and probably don't care, but that's a big thing for me. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Falls to me. I also went to the Boys and Girls Club ribbon cutting this afternoon, and Chelsea, there were a lot of hatchlings down there. And,
there are a lot of hatchlings everywhere.
So if you don't know what that is, Sergeant Cortez, that's somebody that went through Mulberry High School while I was there. So, but Chelsea coined that little term. So anyway, I enjoyed the parade the other night. I enjoyed Sergeant Cortez's face when he saw me in my get-up. He grinned from ear to ear. The village, when it was over, I have never seen so many people in that village in my life. I mean, it was just jam-packed. And little Margie that does the street corn, Margie, if you're listening on Facebook, I'm sorry I didn't get any of your corn. But the line was 30 minutes long when I walked up there, and I'm sorry, I just didn't want to stand in line, and I heard she sold out, so she didn't miss.
Just as I got there.
She didn't miss me. So, anyway, Margie, I missed your food. And I too have tickets for Elvis coming up. I'm on the second row, so I'll be right there with my harem.
Everyone got those seats.
Yeah, so, I did get into the depot this week and visit the new crepe place. And Nancy and I split one of their sweet crepes, and it was plenty. For one of them was plenty for the both of us. So that was great. I want to congratulate Jason and his crew, or John and his crew, or whoever was responsible for decorating that Commons Park down there where the tree is. That just really looked beautiful. The icicles hanging from the trees really added a lot of light. And that was one of the complaints I had last year, was that there wasn't enough light in that place. Well, it got lit up this year. And it was just a great place with the high school chorus and the elementary chorus and the high school stage band playing. And hopefully next year we can get the middle school chorus in there too. And all that does is bring more people down there, because when you get the kids down there, all their parents and grandparents come because they want to hear them sing. So it just, that's just one of the things that makes Mulberry a great place to work and play. And so, yeah. One of the best things though that the city does for us every year is that luncheon. And I said this at the luncheon, because we get to see, as elected officials, we get to see all the employees of the whole city right here in one place. And, some of them, they sort of camp out down there at the treatment center or over here or over there in the library or whatever, and you don't ever see them unless you go there. And like the sewer treatment area, nobody just goes there. That's not a place, like the library where you can check out a book. You can't check out a book down there at the sewer treatment center. But I think John likes it down there. One of my first meetings with John was by a pump station by my house. And it was open. And I walked up there and looked down in it, and I said, "That stinks." He said, "It smells like money to me." So, and if you think about it, with the enterprise fund makes money for the city, it is. And so I just thought that was funny. So, but anyway, Sergeant Wright, sorry to see you go. Sergeant Cortez, glad to have you here. And I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. And with that, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. And so I got notes all over the place here, and I'm going to tell you that Janie is on the cruise ship sending me things to talk about tonight.
Oh boy.
He's on a cruise now.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. So, just reminding me of some things not to forget about. Have the North Main wastewater bypass. We have a pre-construction meeting coming up Thursday. That bid has been awarded, and we just have pre-construction meeting with the contractors. That's not a big deal. It's typical, but it just means they're getting ready to kick that off, and they'll meet with the engineers and probably John, our staff. CRA meetings yesterday with some folks that are gonna request some money. One is fuse fabrication out in the industrial park. They have to relocate actually they have to install a fire hydrant in front of their building, and they're gonna come before you on the January 16th CRA meeting, request some funds to help them, assist them in the cost of that. And also a gentleman named Doug Graham, who is rehabbing and constructing some homes here in the city. He's building 2 duplexes in the southeast section of the city, and would like some assistance with some of his permitting and capacity fees, which you guys have generously helped out some other folks. He's trying to get some rental. There's a substantial absence of rental properties here in the city, so that's been something that you guys have helped out with before. So they'll both be before you and with some presentations. There is some money left in the CRA fund beyond what you've already given out. Do want to thank the staff that worked so hard on the Christmas luncheon and the parade in the village, and that's a lot of people. There's a lot of moving parts there. I mean, you just don't even, you can't even, we start planning for that probably about March for what goes on in December. There's just a lot of stuff. And all the different departments, everybody pitches in, and it's a frenzied thing that just really ramps up. And we all breathe a sigh of relief that no one dies that night. Congratulations to the folks that got Director of the Year. That was Chelsea, Catherine, and John, all well deserved. And actually, really all the directors could have gotten it every year. They could all get it every year. They're outstanding. And the employees, just about every employee could get it every year. And it's so hard to choose, and this being my last year, it was even harder. Esmeralda and Lillian, two really, probably my 2 quietest employees that don't say hardly anything and work so hard, both of them.
Yep.
And we also lost 2 employees this year. Rana, who's retired, that was his last day, said goodbye to everybody. And Shara, her last day was Saturday, but still put in a full day. Both have left. Said goodbye to both of them. Sad to see both of them go. And also I want to unsung the finance department. I don't think we ever thank them because they get those checks together, and to make those checks an even amount, because everybody's in different tax brackets, they have to give everybody actually technically a different amount of money so that everybody gets that exact check to the penny all the time. So somebody might get this amount, so that you get the exact check. Right, John?
That's right.
So there's a lot of work in making sure that we give out 45 checks or 50 checks or whatever the exact amount. So that's, we didn't want to give everybody these, varying amounts, so that's actually pretty big. So, anyway, thank you, finance folks.
Yes.
And one of the projects I know that Jason alluded to down at the Butterfly Garden is we are going to do it was one of Travis McQuinn's pet projects down there. We're going to, Taryn from the Cultural Center is designing a memorial garden for Travis, and we're going to get a plaque for him down there. As well as sometime in January. I'm not sure if we will, but we'll try. And I know we're rebuilding the stage down there. That's kind of been rotting from the ground, and that's why it's kind of taped off. But we had to get our Christmas stuff done, including that brand new stage over there and the parking lot, which is will be there forever.
Not sitting on dirt, so it all lasts longer.
Plus Had a meeting, lengthy meeting yesterday with our attorneys and the bond counsel and finance department. And I heard some yesterday regarding where we're going with our financing of the complex. There was some conversation about hiring for this project a financial advisor. Contacted one today. He's sent me actually some information to get him under contract, which I will probably by the end of this week, just to oversee the financing. It's just a really tricky thing the way that works, cobbling all the financing options together to get that package put together so we can pay for that. Because that's another $31 million or whatever. But that $5 million that we extended tonight will be included in that $31 million. Just where that money's coming from. There'll be a combination potentially of some CRA dollars in there. There's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts there. So will be Mr. Glover from semi-local guy, a Florida guy out of Orlando. Trying to think of what else there is. I want to thank you for helping clear up those couple of housekeeping things. That shows some loyalty to our staff. That we're gonna look out for them. And appreciate that. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but I'm here for any questions you might have about anything. That's it, that's all I got.
Thank you. City Attorney?
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. No report, Mayor, thank you so much.
That would make a good book.
It's absolutely.
City Clerk?
As Rick had mentioned a couple meetings ago, that, we have a couple of large public records requests, and, the deposit hasn't paid on one of those, and so, we are actively, a lot of staff is involved, actually, in trying to fulfill that request and locate responsive documents. It's probably gonna be a few months to, fulfill this request, but we are diligently working on it.
Chris?
I hate to,
Go ahead.
I like to say, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the people that, I don't know who it was that gave us these goodies, and just like to thank them, for doing so, Who's it?
Pinoni.
Oh,
Engineers, good.
The engineers, the attorney, and Republic.
okay, I just wanted to thank you.
And if I could,
Go ahead.
Drew, extend my thanks to, John Mann.
Yes.
I keep looking at
Yes.
this, thinking it's gonna taste really good tonight. Okay,
It is. Take a slice with some butter, right on the outside, perfect, tremendous.
All right, Commissioners, anything else before we close? We stand adjourned. Thank you for coming.